Okay, Mike, I think we're goddamn live now, Mike.
Also, yeah, but are you streaming it so I?
Yeah, we're streaming it. So I'm
hi,
yeah,
hi,
I am
chat.
streaming it.
Oh.
Hey, chat.
Hello, everyone.
Are you there?
Hello.
Rock and stone.
So yeah, hey
Looking
everyone, we are back with a Rockcore stream. I am GC Jacob, the social media and community manager at Ghost Ship Games, and I'm here with Lars.
Hello.
You're publishing something?
Yes, publishing and marketing.
Publishing and
Ghost Ship.
marketing. And Mike is here in the background, lurking.
Hi.
Mike does.
As I do. Hello, chat.
Because
No,
today we're
cool.
streaming the almost ready to go out alpha, Mike, right?
Yeah, kind of, sort of, ish.
Floor missing.
So the thing is that we are preparing for the next alpha right now, and there's a bit of a shift from how we have been doing stuff before, where this is kind of like at this point the game, like the version that you're on, it has all the systems and features and stuff that is going to the game's going to launch with into early access. We're of course going to continue working on it and adding more features and content afterwards. But the idea is that now we are switching into this like polishing and fixing up all the stuff that we've put in, right? So that we can have it all nice and pretty and not broken by May 20th, which is the early access release date. If you do not know.
Are you stressed yet, Mike?
No. But we were like a little while ago. But no, it's cool. But the thing is, so we're preparing it, and this one has a lot of new stuff again. And so one of the things that we're also going to do is with this one is we're going to first just release it to the existing alpha players, the ones that already have access, the ones that know the game a bit, because a lot has changed. There's a lot done under the hood, and I mean, hopefully you won't crash while playing, but we'll see. So a lot has been added, so we want to stress this a little bit first with people who already know the game, have an idea of what to expect, and also can see when things are broken or weird. And then we will do the invite wave. So that's probably, hopefully we're doing the invite next week, but that depends on the state of this, right? And we can only so far we've only been able to test it internally, and also with like the close tester group that we have, which is just a few people, right? So maybe, I mean, we're hoping for today, right now, not right now, but like maybe after the stream is done, to push this build to all the people that already have alpha access, so pretty much update their alpha, and then go from there. So we'll do an actual like Steam post announcement and stuff like that. We're gonna do that next week, once we actually have a better idea of when we're ready to invite new people. But that's what you're playing. So there's a lot of stuff in there. We'll see, including like I guess you guys have been streaming this stuff though. So most of the stuff.
Yeah, a little bit. But I don't think we've focused on like what's the big things.
No, I don't know. I mean, well, right here on the screen is that like we have custom ability HUD displays now for each class. So you as the slicer have that one there with the slicey stuff. Lars as Guardian would actually have a different one. And so every class has their own bespoke.
That's the thing at the bottom, right?
That's the thing in the bottom center, yeah. So showing your class ability and your class skills. Then the other thing, of course, you're not going to see here, but we actually added or made a tutorial. So new players, when they're going to join, right, they will now go through the tutorial. And that's, of course, is doing a lot of stuff. First off, it has to teach like cave basics. just as we did in DRG. But then it also, on top of that, needs to teach all the Rocore upgrade vectors or whatever you want to call it, different ways you can get upgrades and stuff like that, and how that works, expedite, etc. So the other thing is, of course, like you ran by some toilets over there, so late join's going to be in here as well. So when players are what?
The toilets are loading.
Loading.
Yeah, as they do. Though technically, I guess they should only say that if somebody's actually loading it. But yeah, so we did put together a late join design and implemented it, where people can late join in the first level of a facility. So up until the elevator is called or timer hits runs out, right? So that or actually maybe even a little before the timer runs out. And then yeah, so any player joining a game in progress, they're gonna spawn in the starting room over there. They will have a random selection of items and upgrades equivalent to whatever the team already got. Wow, Lars, you're doing great. You're moving so smoothly on screen there. And then you have to actually catch up to the team, right? And hopefully, of course, on the way, the team will also be able to stop by the biobooster and the workbench, which the team probably already found and opened and stuff like that. And then you can catch up with the team and continue the mission. So yeah, that's another thing that kind of popped in. Of course, there's more of these constructions that you just fell off of.
Thanks for noticing, Mike.
Like yeah, always.
Thought I could save face by not mentioning it, but I hear you are.
Oh, it's the same thing.
Yeah, but we got a lot of those, and like continuously we have people like they're kind of like a burner task for people on the art team mostly, where it's like we got nothing to do at the moment, like make a new construction, and they're getting like pretty intricate and pretty cool. And actually, Arvid, I don't think what he made is in. I'm not sure if it's in. It might be, it might not be, but he's been working on something like really like kind of funky, and it's one of the constructions that go in tunnels, right? So the cool thing is that when we do a construction in a tunnel, it has like an actual flow, right? Because you're trying to go from point A to point B, so you can make a construction that you naturally go through instead of coming in and coming back out. So
Fire boost over here, Lars.
Oh, nice.
Playing around with that.
Good thing I took the.
Oh, it's up there.
Yeah. And speaking of buy boosters, I know that Tim has been tweaking some buy boosters. I don't know the exact details of what he changed, but stuff's been tweaked. And of course, neither of you is Redcon, but we made a change to Redcon. I don't know if you know. Maybe that's been already in for a while, so I don't know if you ever saw it on the stream. But we made it so that as Redcon, if you use your ability and you go down, like previously you would auto rewind, the ability would auto trigger and you would go back. So we actually turned that off. So now if you go down, like the whole state thing collapses and you stay down. So it's now up to you to kind of like pull yourself back out.
So it's not a get out of jail free card the same way.
Exactly. We because like that ended up like I didn't like how that was playing, and I didn't like people's relationship to the ability there, right? So this way now you have to like pay attention, and you can cut it close, and it becomes like a risk thing that depending on how you want to do it. So there's a change there, and that's because like as we want to balance her ability, this kind of allows us to like play more with it. It stops being a when shit hits the fan, you can just press it and be safe.
Time to slice.
I don't know what else.
Put me back in the fight.
I don't have a list. Just came back. We were like late join.
Is the volume better now, chat? I've turned it up a little bit, but the people who usually sit and do that, they're not here today, so.
Oh no.
I think I've moved the appropriate slider on our mixer, but
No.
they say gamble. I was promised that when we got the new setup, it would have like perfect audio every single time, and I'm
Yeah, and it was a lie.
it's better, but it just like breaks different ways.
I mean, better is better, I
Yeah,
guess.
it is.
Reload it.
Shoot. No, there's been, of course, small miscellaneous tweaks to like weapon balance, ability balance, but actually it is now that we're gonna really start focusing on that. So, by the way, yeah, the whole thing I was talking about how it's changing how we are going to be working on it. So now that all the features are in, right, and we are instead focusing on balancing and fixing, tweaking those features. So the idea is that this current alpha is gonna kind of like stay running. Like previously, it would like run for a week or so, right? And then we would leave it up, but we would like go back and focus on making new stuff, right? So now instead, this is gonna be like actively running from now until pretty much close up to release. Yes, so that's the idea.
Close after release, you said?
Close to.
Okay, so not live. It's going down before we release, but not like anytime soon.
No, not anytime. No, exactly. Like the whole alpha thing is gonna close. Like I don't know, maybe like I don't know how many days before release. We need to figure that out, right? But up until that point, the idea is that this is going to keep running, and we're just going to keep doing hot fixes and small updates. Right? So we're not adding big features or anything like that anymore. We are now trying to polish this, right? And in that way, kind of like it also changes, also the way the feedback that people give and the bug reports that they're making, right? That is going to become like even more important than it was before, because like previously a lot of stuff was in flux, right? And of course things would change drastically and stuff like that. Now that I mean, I'll never say never, but that should be much less so the case. So now instead we are really just gonna be focusing on this. So in that case also, of course, if you have access to the alpha and you played before, then it'd be super cool if you hopefully later today we will announce like jump back in to give it a spin. Now the thing is that because of all the systemic changes, we did have to like the save games have to be reset, because otherwise we tried not resetting them, and that just broke everything. So instead we're gonna put in a cheat terminal so that old alpha players can just like give themselves into progression or whatever, to get themselves to a place if they feel like it, right? You're also very, very welcome to start afresh to give some feedback on how the progression is feeling, right? Because a lot has been also done in terms of progression, not just not just the intel side of things, but specifically actually we've added a new system on top of it. We have a new terminal, and that one has I think it's called the operations command terminal. And there you have two things. You have tasks and you have deployments. And these are all kind of like things for you to do, right? That then will reward you a new general currency that we created called merits. So you earn merits by performing tasks and by going on specific deployments.
We do this, by the way.
Yeah, let's do it.
Do it.
Right.
And then merits are again a general currency that will be used for things like unlocking enhancement slots and to qualify for promotions as a reclaimer. Again, like and any like other future stuff that we need. Like we also have it for like progressing enhancement tiers and whatever. Anything. The equivalent of like credits or anything like that. Just something that you can accumulate and then you can also then use. And then we also have in there something called C-script, which the C stands for Cosmetic.
Like pants
and
in FIFA.
what?
Fashion item. or similar to that?
No. This is actually the reason we call it C script is because we just didn't want to use the exact same term as in DRG, just so that when somebody mentions it, you know what game they're talking about. But it works very similar to the way script works in DRG. So we've added something we call cosmetic sheets. Or right now we have one. And then in future updates we're gonna release more. So instead of having a cosmetic store in Reworked, we didn't want to do that because we've learned our lesson. So instead we have this cosmetic sheet system. So you earn C script, and you do that again by performing tasks and going on deployments. And then you use that to pretty much come to the sheet, which is built in a similar way to our the tree of vanity, the cosmetic trees in the season pass in Reworked, where you're able to kind of go through it and you can choose your path. But it's structured a bit differently, but it's the same idea, right? So you have agency in what you can get and what you want to get and how you get to it. And then again, we have a system so that when we release new cosmetics in the game, it's not dependent on kind of like a currency that players can afford. That was the issue with
the upgrade us.
Because if you've played a lot and you had lots of credits and lots of minerals or whatever in DRG, right? If we put new stuff in the shop, you can just buy it. Like it doesn't generate gameplay. It doesn't work anything. That was a huge part of why we did season in DRG in the first place. So we kind of like just building that kind of system into Reworked from start. So that when we release cosmetic content, it's relevant for everybody, whether they are like new or veteran players, right? Because this way we don't have to price things like, oh, this is really expensive because you have to be a veteran player, but then like a new player, it becomes like absolutely impossible to even consider that thing. So this is going to be the main way to get cosmetics in Reworked, although we are still going to also have for anybody who's played before, right? We had these like cosmetic crates, kind of or like boxes or whatever down in the facilities. We're still going to have those, though they're going to be more rare. And that will also be a way to get cosmetics from a different pool of cosmetics. We're thinking we have some like favorites, for example, that we want to take from DRG that we've like reworked a little bit to better match the style of the dwarves in Reworked. And then so we'll have some cosmetics there, and those right like getting from a random cosmetic from the pool there. And then we're also going to have some cosmetics that come through tasks, right? So this is again back to the operations command terminal. So tasks give merits, tasks to progress this. We have this bar that kind of fills up. And then once it's full, you get a C script, right? And then also some tasks will themselves reward a cosmetic. Those will usually be connected to for example, like tasks that are connected to progress with a character, right? So maybe you have that, and then you can get a cosmetic for that character.
That's the end game, right? The end game.
That's just the game. That's just the game. That's just the game. But there's a lot of stuff. We've been busy, and the thing is, up until this point, we had this period where we're like, okay, we're gonna have a content lock or a feature lock at the end of what month is this?
March.
This is March, so we had a content lock at the end of February, maybe. Everything's a blur at this point. But I think we ended up spilling over 1 week into March.
Are we getting more ammo now? There's 3.
Yeah, we got 3rd. Do you want an extra?
I was completely empty, so I can
you can take an extra.
Did you get 3 or what?
Yeah. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah.
Daddy Mike.
Oh, God damn it! No!
Ammo.
Let it be known.
Wow.
Mike is handing
out.
out
That's the most generous I've ever seen you.
free ammo.
Don't.
So generous, Mike.
The Mike Christmas.
I'm gonna get you.
Alpha access for everyone.
That's it. No. No ammo for anyone. We get a pickaxe and a dream. No, so
Lars
that,
is
I
just
think that
standing
is
down there
an
casually
unintended
blowing up.
consequence of we made it so that when you are alone, if you play solo, whether it's like true solo or just single player, like I mean, you're just one dwarf in a multiplayer game, so others can join, right? When you do that, then instead of getting a single resupply from an ammo crate, you will have two. And that's to help alleviate some ammo issues that solo players have been having very consistently. And we then want to go. Oh yeah, we also buffed up Cooper a bit because he's been lacking a bit in power. Nothing crazy, but just like get him to be. I mean, he still can't really perform at the level of another player, but at least it's like.
You've never seen me play them.
I'm watching you play right now.
Yeah, how do you like it?
I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I think.
So extra ammo and some sweet words.
Oh.
Yeah, but no, not extra ammo for you. The two of you should just have two, and then you have to share. Right, because again, the ammo issue is significantly more like, I mean, because again, right, I mean, we also want some ammo scarcity, right? It's just it was a bit too painful, and we decided to try this as a way to as a first way to work around it. We'll see how that goes. So again, just because things are we are content locked or feature locked does not mean that things don't change. It's just that like we're not allowed to, for example, like add a new enemy or create a new expedite event or shove a new progression system in. Right? That is all done and locked. But I mean, a lot of stuff is still very much work in progress, and a whole lot of it needs balance. And again, one of the reasons we do this Gauntlet is that we can focus on actually balancing. So you know that the rug is not going to be just like yanked from underneath the game's feet because we just like changed how like some base system works.
Ellis, land here.
See the heavy weapons over here, Lars?
Yes.
Oh.
That said, I'm already thinking about how to change some base systems. So that's
Crate. Equipment stash. If only a drone can help me unlock it.
Yeah, what's another thing? Oh yeah, heavy weapons. You can now we like heavy weapons have we expanded the rarities you can get.
Nice job, Lars.
Heavy weapons.
Thank you.
Because like actually they were struggling a bit, right? You could get the heavy weapons and they weren't really too competitive unless you got them like on the first second stage. So see, look at that. You get yourself purple and blue stuff as well. In fact, you can like no longer get a common heavy weapon, right? They all go from uncommon up to blue, or up to epic purple, right? Legendary is still. We still need to figure out also what legendary weapons mean.
What does
exactly,
the strong
right?
mean?
Yeah, we also need to figure out with that. So it's because some weapons, like just the base identity of the weapon is so much stronger than most other weapons in the game, right? Example is like the minigun or the autocannon. Where it's very hard to like, actually pretty much most of the heavy weapons, I think the Beach Cutter should have it too, but we just kind of forgot. So that one actually takes up an upgrade slot, right? So the weapons have upgrade slots. Normally, like a common weapon has 1 upgrade, an uncommon has 2, right? All the way up to 5 for legendary. Again, I think I really want to rework what it means to be a legendary weapon. I think we can do it significantly better than what it is now. But that's the idea, right? So these weapons, because by default their base is so much stronger, right? Like the minigun has like, I don't know, generally like triple the like potential damage of most weapons, right? So that was there to kind of like to offset that. But I think it's something people keep being confused about, and when we took it away, then people were confused about why certain weapons had fewer attributes than others. So still need to think about how to do it. We need to figure out something about
It's the same. You could get something called obstinate also. That's the same deal
Sorry,
there.
what?
I think it's
Obstinate.
it's one of the guns.
No. That's just like a. So some upgrades are very complex, right? So they instead get a name, and then you mouse over and you find out what they do, because like their functionality can't be explained in like a simple one. So that's what those are. So there's been, of course, also confusion about those, but again, that's more from when you are like seeing an image and you're like, I have no idea what that means, right? Because in the game you can mouse over that and see what that means. That said, we're still not done with like the whole like weapon information display, weapon stats, all that stuff. So we have a way to go, and I'm sure we will, even at early access launch, continue going at it. Yeah, I don't know. Is there any questions in chat?
You all have any concept for new heavy weapons? That's just the first thing I saw.
We have yes. I think there are concepts for it, but it's something that we haven't like making new weapons. Doing that's something we put up completely on hold. We need to focus on all the other systems.
I guess we're just starting with a good mix of the classics.
We just grabbed stuff that still worked with the row core systems, right, and tried to put it in, which is again why I mean we're gonna do more.
Oh shit!
here.
Lars is down. Say something, Lars.
This is like bare minimum, just for the system to like actually function, right?
Interrupt Mike.
My endless talk. Sure, it's getting thirsty.
We need to connect something to this, right?
I'm not sure.
Who designed this?
Honest.
Classic Mike scenery.
Let me throw Honest under the bus there. I don't think it's like. Are you confused?
Slightly. It looks like it's connected. Maybe we should just.
I think
we should
You're not even looking at
press
it. You're looking at a button.
Yeah.
Turning on the incinerator.
Didn't do anything.
So yeah. Well, I mean, if you run away from it, then of course you're not gonna be able to do it. We also messed with like the movement system for enemies, so their movement is a bit more dynamic, their speed is a bit more dynamic, so that they hopefully don't clump up as much as before, and they can at least spread out a little more, and some of them can catch up to you a little better, others fall behind, so you can get a little more varied behavior in there.
The question in chat: will there be new controversial tools? I think they mean traversal tools. But
Controversial.
will there be any controversial tools, Mike?
I hope not, but
Zip lines very some areas of the world.
yes. Oh yeah. Slow down the zip line a little bit. No, you did. Or a lot of it. I don't know. It was crazy.
It's perfect the way it
in
is.
alpha. No, yeah, exactly. It's perfect the way it is now, right?
No,
Right?
I'm not.
There you go.
No,
Thank you.
Oh, Mike.
Thank you, Jakob. Seal of
Yeah,
approval.
Mike, you're
Great.
gaslighting me.
No, it's Jakob's fault. He made me do it. Actually, Mikkel made me do it, but I also agree with him.
All right.
But yes, we're definitely going to make new traversal tools. Again, we've only shoved one in, right? And that's the gravity lift. I really want to do more. I think it's really fun to do traversal tools, but it's also like an interesting challenge, right? So it is a very pleasurable task, but it's also one that takes a lot of time. And again, it was actually quite a while back that we had to like stop making new guns, stop making new a lot of this stuff, right? We kind of came to a point where we had enough expedite upgrades, we had enough of everything. Speaking of which, we are adding more what do you call those? Artifacts. Yes, because we didn't have enough of those. Oh, hi Amanda. Oh wow, build is live. Hey, if you have alpha access, you can go update
really?
and get the thing and
Oh,
stuff.
good
Yeah,
news.
Amanda apparently pushed it. Yeah, good news. If you don't have alpha access, we're not sending out invites this week. We will probably send them out next week. It will be a fairly big wave of invites that we send out.
Buy boost in here, Lars.
What? Sorry.
Buy
But
boost in here.
as always, like don't hold your breath.
Did we get the workbench?
We know lots of people want in, but we also we can't handle if too many people come in.
There we go.
And if you have alpha access and you're in, remember that there is a button on the intro screen, splash screen, whatever, where you can join the Discord. Like, that's not to like get access to our Discord. That is to get access to the closed alpha section of the Discord, where you can like report bugs and give feedback and talk and stuff. So you should click on that if you haven't. Except apparently don't click on it certain time periods on Wednesdays where Steam does like some kind of like they shut down some of their system or something like that. Yeah, so apparently, I mean, you can do it, but you'll get an error message, and that's why.
Oh.
I don't know. But anyway, if you get an error message, like, try again in like an hour.
Steam maintenance is usually like an hour time. It's like Tuesday evenings.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, so you're probably fine. But anyway. Apparently that messes with that stuff. And Jenny says it's Steam's fault, and I believe Jenny. So Gabe, if you're listening, if you're watching, Gabe, please fix.
These little freaks just keep coming.
Oh, I'm being grabbed.
Oh no! Oh yeah, we changed the. Oh, you're in red. We changed the. No, but I guess you've already streamed the new tentacle thing as well.
Oh, I'm knocked.
Yeah, we're getting fucked here, Mike. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh yeah, elevators can break down.
We need to repair the elevator.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah.
Should we switch to the playtest version?
What a skill issue.
Yeah, should we?
Yeah, you should. You
should hop on the playtest. Maybe someone will
totally
like
why we failed. Because
yeah.
Yes, and not because Jakob sucks.
Nope.
Nope.
Certainly because I suck.
Look at those guys.
Yeah, fun fact, Mike. I'm the only one at Ghost Ship Games that's gotten a hole-in-one in Super Battle Golf. Just saying.
It was glorious.
Glorious.
It was on stream.
Well, whatever.
Wow.
Oh yeah, we updated. What do you call them? The gym, right? So there's like.
Should I restart Steam to get the test? Yeah, I probably should restart Steam.
What? I don't know. No.
Doing it.
Do it. Fine. Do it. No, but yeah, so it's kind of exciting because now we're like in this final stretch where we know what the game is going to be when we launch. Like we know all the stuff that's going to be in it, and now we're just actually trying to make it good. There's a new boss in this build, the Moloch-Tula Gatekeeper.
Moloch-Tula?
Yeah, Mikkel named that. He pretty much names all of them. Yeah, no. It's all about hard to spell names, right? That's how you make them all eldritch and shit, right?
Right.
Thank you. I need that confirmation, Jakob. You know that.
Right.
I am fragile. Okay, it's Molaktula. Moloch-Tula.
Sounds like a Brazilian metal band.
I mean, what you know, I guess maybe. I don't know. But yes, so that one's there, and that's cool. It's actually a rework.
Oh no, it's Miguel. Skip.
Wait, what? No. I think is it like a new video?
That's too late. Oh no, tutorial. Skip.
No, wait, you're not showing the tutorial now. I guess maybe you shouldn't. People can try it themselves. Whatever, it's cool. They should try it themselves.
I'm somewhat of a experienced core.
But streaming shit.
I should have put down a bigger life insurance.
Oh, did it? It's not streaming for you now. Did it?
No. This stream has ended.
Well, this stream
because I get privileged no lag or whatever delay.
Yeah, we kind of got sick of like Mike just watching the stream, and then he's like 6 seconds behind, so he would come with all these snide comments. Like 5 seconds after I fell to my death, Mike would be like, "Oh, nice fall, dumbass." And then
now I can do.
So now Mike can be relevant in real time.
So much better. But maybe you can show some of the things, terminal and stuff like that. Okay, so on the
I'll turn on you.
On your right.
All right.
That's your left. You're right. There you go. That way. Yeah. By the way, everything is kind of blown up. Wait, no, wait. He moved things around. Oh my god. Okay, on your other right, aka your left. There. Wait, no. Oh shit, everything's moved.
Mike, do you even play your own builds?
Yes. There you go. It's on the right there. It's no, not that. Yeah, that one, the big
This
one.
one?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Looks like the
So
one
that's the
from
new
Reworked.
terminal. That's the new terminal. It may remind you of the KPR terminal, and when it gets opened, you will understand why.
Oh.
Surprise! It's a kind of sort of a reworked KPI terminal system.
Oh yeah, the key performance indicator. Or,
exactly right. So here it's the operations command, and these are the tasks. The square things are the tasks. When you do tasks,
they
you
still
get,
need a little
merits.
love, don't they?
Yeah, the whole thing needs a little love. That's literally what we're going to be doing from now until releases. Is loving it. Gonna be giving it that loving.
If you're trying to connect, I should probably try again. Just got a firewall pop up.
Oh, I think it might work. All right, I'm gonna try and go spotter. Have chat seen spotter's ability in the new
the new one, the scan or the ping or whatever. Yeah, I don't know.
Are we done here, Mike?
I'll show it.
No, yeah, but anyway, this is the thing I was talking about, right? So you do the tasks, you fill up that bar on top. When the bar fills up, you get a C script. On the left is deployments; those unlock at a later player rank, and then and then you have to pay also some merits to unlock the deployment, stuff like that. And deployments also feed into this, and they tell you to go do stuff. A little more specifically, they're short, but like they tell you with like an A/B choice, pretty much like the challenges from the season terminal. And then if you actually open up the cosmetics terminal, go find the dress up.
Load up.
Place.
No.
I guess other side. It's a little too big right now. I think we need to talk about.
Yes, like earlier when we started the stream, someone said it gave us space rig vibes, and honestly,
yeah, it's getting.
It doesn't look like a spaceship. Like if you just look from certain angles, this is the space rig basically.
Yeah. We're gonna, that one.
Right.
Yeah, that's the one. So on the bottom right, you will see the close button, and next to that close button is going to be another button that does not say close on it. It says cosmetic sheet, and if you click on it, you will see a cosmetic sheet. This is a cosmetic sheet. Like I said, it may remind you of something.
Why is it called a sheet?
Because it's like a sheet of things, and you don't worry about
it.
Like
a table?
Cosmetic table sounds terrible.
Okay. But it has like rows of columns.
It sure does.
Grid.
Yeah, cosmetic grid. I'm okay with cosmetic grid. I could. I mean,
cosmetic
you could
spread sheet. Is that what you're? Like,
no spread.
Just sheet?
Cosmetic spread. Just a cosmetic spread. I don't know. I'm okay with grid. Grid could be cool, actually.
Okay, cool. Look at us.
Kind of cool. Anyway, this is where you spend your C script, right? And then the idea is that each sheet has its own C script, right? So again, the whole point is that you can't hoard C script. You can't sit on it and then smash it, so there's no it's not a proper economy, like in the sense that you can't really break it or whatever, right? But that's the idea, right? So this is how most of the cosmetics are going to be coming into the game. I need to clean some of this up. I can see.
Nice.
Yes. Yeah, for example, these what do you call them? That's victory moves. We're having technical issues with those. I'm gonna need to pull those out and replace them with something else. We'll introduce victory moves after early access. Like, I mean, there are victory moves, but it's the whole idea of getting new ones. Okay. No.
So what's the point of it being in the grid? Is like, do you have to follow a certain?
Yeah. So you start in the upper left.
Right now. Yeah.
Right. So that's the first one you get, and then you can choose to get the one on the right or the one on the bottom, right? So you can kind of
So you move from here, and you can basically
you can only buy one that is adjacent to the one.
In the area, right? Okay. So here. Let's skip all this. Okay.
For example, yeah.
That's kind of fun.
So that's the thing, right? I mean, again, it's similar to the cosmetic tree, right? But just instead of weird shapes, we're just grid it.
Okay. Okay.
Cool. Yep.
Nice.
And that's going to be yes. So then, what else do we have? I mean, yeah, there's the stuff in the gym. Of course, we've been tweaking and playing with the. But I guess you've been showing the gym.
Yeah, we've been showing.
Yeah. So now the exercises are harder-ish, or specifically you fail faster, right? So instead of asking you to do 15 reps or something, you only have to do 8. You only get those requirements when you're trying to unlock a beer, right? Whereas to actually get a beer, you just have to burn enough calories. Oh.
Oh man.
Wow. Oh yeah, you also get only 2 fail attempts.
Oh. Oh well.
Yes. There is also another thing we got going there. That's that's the loadout. So I mean that's still, again, as you can see, super placeholder stuff. But we did do it so that you can now swap by booster decks, although you have to promote to reclaimers to do so. Good old enhancement tree. That also, I mean, this is so old.
Like, yeah, but this is not. This wasn't in the old playtest, right? This is like.
Yeah, it's kind of. I don't know.
There was something, but it wasn't. It wasn't like this. I think this is a new way to do it.
No, I don't know.
Maybe there's. I don't know.
I don't know. But then, wait, is there like an orange terminal somewhere? Yeah, right there. No. No, that's not it. What? Where the hell did they put it?
Some view from Jesus Christ.
What, did they put a second floor in there?
Second floor?
Kev has been going nuts. You're not allowed in there.
Going up.
And now you're gonna be lost. There is, it is definitely giving me more like a space rig vibe.
It feels sort of more spacious than Space Rig in some ways.
Well, I mean,
it's essentially when we're playing Deep Rock, we're also in a small part of the Space Rig, right? So.
Yeah, that's the idea. Exactly, that's the idea. I'm not seeing. We're looking for an orange terminal. Where did it go? There it is. There it is. Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to look at this earlier.
Yeah, weekly gauntlet. So that's another thing that's being added to the alpha. So this is like kind of like a weekly challenge mode Tim has been putting together. So the idea here is that you have 2, and this is, you're not reclaiming facilities. This is like something that Omega has cooked up to test the reclaimers, to like train the reclaimers.
Like a training thing.
Yeah, sort of. So the idea here is that it is like fully seeded, and when I say fully, I mean also like the weapons you can find, the upgrades you can find, like all that stuff, everything's on a seed, right? So the idea here is that you approach it a little bit more like a puzzle, where kind of like this is the challenge, and this is what you get. The pacing is also very different. Even though there is still like expedite and stuff like that, you don't do expedite events. You also to move on to the next stage of the gauntlet, you need to reach a kill quota instead of like starting an elevator and things like that, right? I mean, again, you're not reclaiming a facility here. You are
chasing like deep dives.
Doing stuff. It's serving the same function as deep dives.
Yeah,
yes.
So it's a weekly thing. That's mostly like.
It's a weekly thing. It's a seeded thing. It is a more for experienced players thing. In the alpha, you get it at just player rank 3, just because we want people to be able to test it, right? But the idea is that it's going to come in when kind of like we assume most players are ready for it. It's probably not going to be player rank based. It's probably going to be some other. I mean, it might. We figure it out, right? But the idea is that, and again, there's even 2 difficulties. We tried to make 1 difficulty, but then there was like endless arguing internally about difficulty. So we're like, we're not gonna do this with 1. So they have more stages, but the stages are shorter, right? Overall, it's higher pace, more intense, and much more combat focused. And all your upgrading and stuff like that is happening in between the stages instead of during the stage. So it's cool. It's very different. In many ways, it reminds me a little more of like what we were trying to do with Roker earlier, but then kind of like had to step back because it was like a little too much. But I think this is a good place for content like this, where you actually a challenge you opt into. And what else we got? Yeah, I already talked about late joining, right? Yeah, buy a booster deck swapping. So of course, I guess you don't have any promoted dwarfs, but you can of course do it in the cheat terminal. Maybe not, whatever. But anyway, if you go to, so the point is that you can, when you have 2 reclaimers promoted or more, then on a promoted reclaimer, you are able to exchange one of their decks, any one of their decks. You have to keep one, but you can exchange any one of their decks with another deck from another promoted reclaimer. So kind of you promote reclaimers to bring their decks into this system, and then you can change that around. And that will of course affect what kind of buy boosters you can roll down the line. And it adds a new layer to it. And the reason it's also locked behind promotions, because this is something that we don't want new players to really get into. It messes and bends class identities and kind of like, in a way that I feel much more comfortable doing with experienced players, and also players that kind of like have already played the game, and therefore kind of like now we can have fun together, if you will. They can start messing and bending the game a bit.
Someone is asking for Redcon specifically if you have two of them. I guess that's not possible anymore, right? But if you have two of them, will contingency plan revive both at the same time?
Yeah, it is not possible, right? We went for class lock. We wanted there to be only one of each reclaimer on a team. Had a lot of heated discussions in the office about that, but that's what we went with. So, so that's a non-issue. But otherwise, I would assume yes. Like I think the way the logic works, they probably would both trigger at once.
Help me get access to the equipment.
What else we got? Yeah, I talk about the tentacles that come in when the timer runs out, right? Those have been completely reworked. So instead of being these fast stabby things, they are now slow grabby things. And they are unkillable. You can kind of keep them at bay. Like if you shoot them, like you kind of like knock them back a little bit, and if they grab somebody and you shoot them, they will let go of that dwarf. But the idea is that they're there to kind of just like exert pressure, continuous pressure on the team, right? They're not just like extra enemies for you to kill. They are just something that stays. And if you run to another area, then they like go back in and pop up to close to where you are, right? So you can't run away from them. Like you just need to. And I think it plays so much better. I'm so happy we went for this. I think the previous tentacles I made, they didn't really do what I wanted them to do. Tentacles. I don't know what we should call them. They're not really tentacles. We need to figure out. We need to give them a name. Maybe Mikkel can give them a name that you can't figure out how to spell. Ooh, very nice. Yeah, so we have the whole thing, right, where the transit system override, the thing you're doing at the elevator, right, trying to get the elevator to come. That can now have errors, or specifically can have one error, but we're gonna, at some point, probably, I don't know, I'm not promising now, so it might be after we actually go into early access. That system needs a variety, but it's one of those things where it's like, if you do two, it feels worse than if you have just one. So we need like a large enough tool for randomization to make sense. Otherwise, I think having a single thing is actually better than having two things that swap or three things that swap. So right now, pretty much it experiences a fault, and Omega pretty much asks you have to do a manual restart. Just run up to the button, you have to hold it, and this is kind of brought in so that the elevator, I'd like to explore this more with more mechanics, right? I'd like to take the elevator sequence a little bit away from like a pure survive scenario, and more where you have to like exert control over the situation a little more. We'll of course have to balance the waves and difficulty accordingly as we do this, right? But and part of the idea here is also that as we've been playing with Notice, right? We in general we need to test the player's build more along the way to the boss, because right now we have situations where players can like fairly easily, of course, obviously it depends what you're doing, but you can like fairly easily get to the boss and then find yourself in a situation where it's like that's the first time you probably get tested. And, like it's nice to have indicators, like, right? And so if the elevator sequence is feeling hard, that means like the boss is also going to feel hard, right? That kind of thing. If the elevator sequence is feeling easy, that could be like it'd be nice if that was a signifier to you, like, hey, I'm actually in a good place, right? So that's there. Yeah, we talked about the Redcon ability change. We also added a ping to the. Why didn't you choose the slicer? Yeah, it's a spotter. No, with the spotter, you could have shown the ping.
I have the spotter, maybe I can show.
Yeah, but they can't see your ping, can they?
Can you, but they can experience it the second hand.
Can you ping for Jakob?
Which one then? The QR or the
ping? I don't know. Probably the QR.
That's good when there's.
I have homing bullets on the plasma rifle. That's actually
nice. Finally.
Dream.
Completely don't need to aim at all.
No, but you also have to then accommodate for the fact that you're not going to be hitting weak points.
Nope.
So.
Weak points are overrated.
Yeah.
So I hear, except when they're not.
Regular points, or where is that?
Aiming is a thing of the past.
Yes.
Woven technology.
No, but anyway, the slicer has a ping, so it's like a directional scan. Jeez. Yeah, it's because I keep looking at you and seeing your face, your slicey face. Spotter. Spotter has a directional, like, penetrating scan thing. That kind of like, it's pretty much like at an angle in front. You should have been spotter, yeah, then we could explain. You even see the angle on your.
Hindsight is 20/20.
I'll show it when we take the elevator. Then it should be.
I'm gonna start this event instead.
Do it. Yeah, you do that. So, and then that ping will highlight enemies and points of interest within a range in that direction. So it goes through walls, through stuff like that. So of course it can show enemies, but it'll also show things like items that, like buy booster, anything you can pick up or interact with, stuff like that. All of that gets an outline for the whole team, and then also appears on the spotter's radar for extra snazziness. Then, oh yeah, we've added a new element to the elemental system.
This will help me work harder.
It's been a long time since managed to do a lot of crap. And the new one is radiation. We actually had it, and then we pulled it, and now we finally got it in. And like the quick explanation of what radiation does is, as you build it up, once like all elements, right, it has to be built up. Once you build it up, a kind of like a boil grows or a blister grows on the creature, and then if you pop that blister with damage, then you deal an amount of damage that is proportional to their max health. I think it's 10% right now, something like that. So kind of, and of course, yes, this is very good against high health enemies, but high health enemies also tend to have elemental resistance, right? So the build-up itself is going to take longer. And of course, like the whole idea, but you can do that, and I think those boils also count as weak points, and I think they also transfer the damage you do in the process of popping them. So like, you can also do like, I think, a nice radioactive weak point.
Can you get more than one of those boards? Just thinking.
Yes, yeah. I think you can just
damage is better on like a fast firing weapon, right?
No, because build-up is like it is a damage.
Oh,
right?
it's damage.
So you do health damage, and then you do elemental build-up damage, right? That builds it up. So you can have like a hard-hitting weapon that will like cause the boil every time you shoot on some enemies, right? I mean, so again, like just like freezing and other things, right? Big enemies take more. Some might be immune in the future and stuff like that. Right now we don't have too much immunities, except the Ramok gatekeeper is immune to freezing. Because freezing flying things is problematic, and so he gets it in.
We call the elevator? I think we have it.
Yeah, you should do it. You should do it. And maybe. Yeah. And the elevator braking, that is like randomized. It can break more than once.
Oh no.
in a row. It can also not break at all. But it is done in a way where, like, I mean, generally,
I think. Wait.
Like whether or not it will break is like a 50-50 thing. So if it breaks, you're not unlucky, right? And if it doesn't break, you're not like super lucky. Like it's just you're gonna get both all the time. Oh yeah, reclaimer manual, right? Whoa, right. That went no.
Here's the ping.
I wonder if there's any kind of like enemy prioritization for that homing system.
Clammerhead.
Far away enemies first.
Definitely not what I was aiming at.
Yeah, yeah. You don't aim with this gun anymore, right?
It's like the lot 1, but good.
Wow.
I can say that.
I mean, I guess for a player of your caliber, yes. You don't need to aim, right? You actually have to stick to it.
I've never needed to aim. I play the sniper.
You need to reset the transit system.
I'm here to carve.
You can tell by the red bar and...
I don't feel that's communicating it very well.
Didn't Omega tell you that it worked?
Just Omega.
Okay, well...
I sit fairly close to Aaron, so I'm kind of...
You don't shoot things, you don't aim at stuff, you don't listen to Omega.
Oh.
Wait, what?
I'm down.
Don't help Lars.
History repeating itself here, huh?
It's a big... Big dude.
What?
Oh.
And freeze.
Get your...
Ice grenade out.
Come on.
What a slice.
Oh.
The elevator.
Can you get me? No, okay.
Oh.
I'm right
Oh
outside.
no!
I might find you somewhere else.
I'm getting the special elevator.
By the way, Jakob, just so you know, it's 2. When do you have to clear the area?
What?
The 5th. When do you have to clear the 5th floor?
It's the 5th floor.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Oh, no, yeah, we're good.
Oh, you're good. Cool. No, what else is there? Yeah. What I was saying, Reclaimer's Manual. Yeah. So Tim has been hard at work on the Reclaimer's Manual, together with Aaron, putting all the stuff in.
Hordes maybe.
A tremendous amount of text.
Let's do it.
So and then that's of course like the DRG one is running both as a way to explain mechanics, which of course in Reworked there's a lot more to explain, but also as like a library of all the weapons, which of course you get information on them after you get the weapon, right? We also have an idea of the weapons that are in the game, and as well as also like all the expedite upgrades, stuff like that. Right? So it's also a place where you can peruse and learn stuff. It's super cool.
The surveyor drone's here, by the way.
Remember, clock is ticking.
Yeah, and promotion. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really I mentioned it, but I didn't say. But yeah, promotions are now enabled in Reworked, so you can actually promote. We are working on the whole thing of like the flow of promotions and the whole ceremony of promotions. We're trying to do something different from DRD. Promotions. But we're trying to do something a bit different than how we did it in Deep Rock Galactic. So that'll be fun. But stay tuned. There's still a ton of work to do there.
The new thing is that you promote at level 26 instead of level 20.
No, it's actually level 20 now.
Okay,
cool. Sometimes I dream about just being a miner. Must be so relaxing.
Oh, I forgot to write something in the change notes. Crap. If you have access to the alpha and you've been reading the change list, which is huge, which by the way I took me a long time to write. All morning today I was writing this thing. So I hope you appreciate it. Please. But yeah, also there's been lots of tweaking to the Ramok gatekeeper, but he's still a work in progress, or at least a work in balance, and as well as like there's still a lot of visual stuff we're doing. That's cool. Fun fact: we were supposed to have 4 bosses, but then like we didn't have to, so we actually have a 4th boss that's like in a prototype state, but the prototype is like deceptive because the real thing has to be completely reworked because the prototype is like duct taped together by yours truly. But it's gonna be cool when we finally do it and release it. That's gonna be after we go into early access.
Gotta get that surveyor coordinates transferred. Gotta check my terrain scan.
Wanna get the drone?
Get that drone. And again,
let's go.
Notice to all people who have access to the alpha already, there is a new build out, and please go play it. Please tell us what you think. Maybe make it crash while you're at it.
That's right here.
It would help. It would help a lot. because now we are going into a fix and balance and polish phase. So your feedback is kind of like the thing you're giving feedback on now is not like likely to change significantly, and therefore like we're even more focused on trying to like balance stuff, right? Whereas before sometimes we would be like, yeah, we understand, like people have been giving feedback, this is unbalanced, but we're not ready to touch it yet, right? Now we are very much ready to do that. And click on the join Discord button when you do it, because that gives you access to the closed alpha version of the Discord. Like obviously you probably have access to the normal Discord, but this gives you a different thing. And if you don't have access, we will do an invite wave next week. Hopefully, unless things are on fire, then it's not next week. Then it's like when things stop being on fire, and that is because a lot of the things added in this this version of the game, this newest build, Alpha 6, is also like regards to like new player onboarding as well as like progression, starting like and like new player progression especially is very important for us to test out and see how it feels. So therefore, we also like need we want it to be a little more stable, and it is also, I would say, a little less stable than normal because we have been doing so much new stuff. Changing old systems, adding new systems. We just came out of this like period of cramming features in before we entered like feature lock. We are now feature locked. We're not really adding new features, unless like Maker exists, which totally has never happened before. No.
Feature locked until we're not.
But yeah, so like we'll do, and it is going to be a big invite. It's going to be like, I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be the biggest one we've done so far. It still doesn't mean, right? Most people that like, I mean, we can't guarantee that you will get in at all because we also can't handle a huge amount of people. Then it just becomes
a really big amount of people.
Noise.
That's
what?
Come here.
Sure. Yeah. I actually don't know the exact number, but I know it's significant, which is awesome. I'm so happy that so many people are interested. Thank you, and I'm sorry that you couldn't get in.
Here's what ails
you. Our game.
If I could, I would, but that would be a very bad move, because then.
I mean, you're physically capable of doing it, but you're probably.
I am physically capable of doing it, but I am professionally not going to do it because I am a professional. And we're here to make a game, and I need to be able to like actually read people's feedback and figure stuff out. And again, the kind of question is this the last alpha? And the thing is, like, sort of, this is going to be a continued alpha. If you weren't there, I was talking about it. We're going to continuously, we can be promised things, but this is the plan. I don't see this plan changing, but whatever. The idea is that we're going to be hotfixing and updating the alpha continuously based on pretty much people's feedback, what we see, how we see people play. We also obviously have telemetry in there, so like it's a company, right? We generally try to combine both like numbers. So what is the statistic people call this stuff? There's like
am I on fire?
Quantitative and qualitative, right? We try to do both. And then also, like, besides talking to people, also just like watching people talk, right? Because how people talk about stuff tells me things as well, in a way that's different from like if they talk directly to me or I ask them a question. And watching people stream, again, you're very welcome to stream this stuff. Nothing here is secret, right? We just yeah. And thanks for watching the stream, and thanks for wanting to play our second Space Dwarf game. I hope you like it. Yeah. Oh yeah, we have a new voice chat system. So Axel's been hard at work. Like so DRG's voice chat sucks. and we've been like trying to get it to work, but it runs through Steam's voice chat, and I haven't been able to get it to work nicely, right? So the new one is better, and so hopefully people. I mean, again, not that people need to use voice chat, right? But this way, like if you want to, hopefully it's much nicer. And this way, this version also has like settings actually in the options menu instead of you having to open like Steam's settings to change voice settings, which is insane. But yes. Oh yeah, Tim tweaked the Vanguard. Right, so the Vanguard should be more like aggressive in closing the distance and getting to you and trying to like eat your face or whatever.
Didn't we have a class named Vanguard at some point?
No, but we have an enemy called the Vanguard. But I feel like Vanguard is a bit of a heavily used name in video games. For stuff.
Processor drone here now.
Oh yeah, another thing we did. Yes, just racking my brain for shit we changed. So anybody who played previously might know that like enemies used to hang out after they spawned. Like they would spawn and then they would just like chill for a second or two while you lob a grenade or whatever. So that is finally done and fixed, and now they rip out of those rifts and come for you. Sometimes even apparently before the rifts open, which is like problematic. And we'll need to fix that up. Yeah, it's little known secret. The enemies don't actually come out of the rifts; they just spawn and pop into existence on top of the rifts, or where the rifts are supposed to be. No relation between the two in reality.
So
we should yeah.
Now we also tweaked the Gudarak's behavior when it's like floating above the huge rift gate, like the whole because it does this blast that knocks you and the gate's stolen away and stuff like that. So that is now done a little differently. You have a bit of a better tell for the blast, so you can try to get away from it. It also expands a bit slower, and then also. It's kind of like it's better integrated into the overall like attack cooldown system. So therefore, when the Gudarak is in an attack, you know you're safe from the blast, right? It's not just gonna like do an attack and then immediately follow up with the blast. The cooldown is in effect. So it's better to figure out when it's safe to try to run in and throw the gate stone inside.
Jeopardize this mission for me. Get to the elevator now. Camera retrieve.
My throat is really dry.
Get a drink,
yeah, can you talk? You talk. All I have is coffee.
Something, Mike. Something, Mike. The weapon
nice.
Lars.
The what? Sorry.
The weapon, heavy weapon.
Okay, I'm gonna open up. Okay, let's
open up
chat. No, so I can see if there's any questions in chat while you guys.
Chat. Now you get to ask Mike directly without me being a filter.
Wait, where do you get?
Exactly. Wow.
Oh, you're in here.
Coming through the wall.
Oh man, where do I see the chat? Jakob, God damn it.
Ooh, that's fun. Which one do you want?
Life is hard.
This was pretty fun last time.
I'll take this.
This is the smart pick.
Wait, no. Ghost ship. I'm just like going on YouTube right now. I also should go on Twitch, right? I should games.
Twitch and YouTube, dude. I think
Twitch,
there's more people on.
TwitchTube.
There's more people. I think it's actually now it's like according
I will
to
try to do
stream,
both.
There's 174 on YouTube and 173 on Twitch. So obviously YouTube is the better platform.
Obviously.
So by one.
Alright, starting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wrote me Amadeus. Okay. Hi. Okay, so that's YouTube. Hold on. I'm gonna. How does this work? Grandpa's here and he doesn't understand. Pop chat out. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Okay, now I need to go on Twitch as well, right? So Twitch. TV. Yeah. Does everybody else also talk to themselves when they type?
Only when I type in passwords.
Cool. That's amazing. Welcome to the chat room. Okay, can I pop this chat out? No, that's collapse. Chat settings. Up, out, chat. There we go. Alright. All the chats have been popped out. Now we're gonna you take one half of the screen, you take the other half of the screen. I don't see anything in Twitch.
Hey, Twitch, say something. Mike's listening.
Reading, I'm reading.
Elevators here.
Yeah, hey, Sir Pounds. Okay, I can see Sir Pounds. Wait, what? No. Okay, cool, too cool. It's working. You don't have to do it anymore. We get it.
You can say something, everyone, if you want.
You can say something, yeah. Okay. Question from Miker Slasher on YouTube asks, after Rogue Core, will you guys do anything with DRG? So we are already doing things with DRG with the help of Invisible Walls,
One more
which is
creates for us.
A fellow Danish Copenhagen-based games studio, like walking distance from us. So like we also like sometimes hang out.
Yeah, you might have heard about them.
They're cool.
You might have seen this little thing called Season 6, Relics of Foxes.
Yep. They did that. So we have like weekly like get meetings with them, me and Nickel.
Like just to have lunch, or
no,
or
to talk about the shit they're working on.
Huh?
Obviously,
What are they working on, Mike?
So
I think everyone's curious to know. You can tell us we're not live or anything.
No.
Mikkel says I'm allowed to make you talk about stuff if I can trick you into doing it.
No, fair enough. That's cool.
Come here, Alice.
No, I don't know, because I don't want to bring the hype stuff up because in case they don't do it right. So we haven't actually locked down the next thing they're doing. What the next content's going to be. So please wait. But all of it is going through me and Mikkel, right? And we are
being leached.
Mikkel is still game director, right? So he's still actually like giving direction.
Leech.
So hopefully we can continue. Like, I mean, I think Season 6 worked out really well. Very
I don't think the homing shots actually log on to the leech.
What? Of course not. Why would they do that? The only thing that will bring out the leech is your beautiful self. Okay, let's go find a question on Twitch. Is there a... okay, real question. Real no.
Cheers, Christian's only chat. It's a busy man.
What? I'm just reading. I'm a slow reader.
No big words, please.
Do you need ammo, Yak?
I could use a little squeeze.
I mean, you can take... Oh, there's one here.
No. Okay, so Zumba92 is asking, are there going to be everything free, like OG DRG, skins, season pass? So, I have no idea. Like, right now we're not planning to do a season pass in Rogue Core. I don't know what's going to make sense for Rogue Core. A lot of the systems in Rogue Core are based on our learnings and kind of like the things that we figured out from doing the season pass in DRG, right? So we're kind of building that stuff into the core of the game, just because we think that's a much nicer way to be able to do content for a game. How we're gonna do stuff like, I mean, again, cosmetics in Rogue Core, we have like, we don't know if we're gonna do armors the way we, right? So normally in DRG the DLC has been armors. I don't know if we can do that in Rogue Core. The armors are like they're so much more specific and special. So like, what kind of DLC is going to make sense for Rogue Core? I can't say yet. I don't know. We will get there, but we will get there after early access, right? So we're almost certainly going to do a supporter DLC with the early access launch, just like we did with DRG. That's just like for people who want to support what we're doing, right? That of course helps. It gives. And like, there's probably going to be, I guess, Sorry, that's my phone going crazy.
Chat, stop calling Mike.
Yeah. Which one of you has my number?
Oh, they all do. It's in the stream title.
Thank you, Jakob. Thank you. Finally. Hallelujah. Yes. So yeah, we will need to figure that out. Also, exactly like what is. Like also with DRG, right? I mean, we didn't know exactly what the plan completely was. I mean, we had some ideas, but it wouldn't have made sense to talk about it because it also, like, so much of it changed. And therefore, I also don't want to talk about stuff right now that might change.
So you're saying we know what's going to happen with Rock War?
No, we don't. But we have ideas of what we might go, and that's where it's like, I don't know. I want to wait.
Wait, is that a cosmetic here?
It also depends on where it goes, right? I mean, the whole point is that the stuff depends on how people play the game, right? And where that goes.
Wait. Ammo?
Oh, I found a gem.
Oh, nice.
Okay, another question, this time from YouTube. Would it be against your game design principle to add card packs as deal? What card pack? Ooh, I'm not sure what that means. Umikalu. You'll have to elaborate. Maybe we can come back to that. Okay, do the caves in Rokor follow a fixed structure similar to the mission-specific cave types in DRG, or are they completely random? They follow a structure. The structure is actually very simple in Rokor right now. We would like to explore those like
someone
other
asked
structures.
If vampire was in the game. It's right here.
There you go. So because right now, I mean, the flow is like you're following the cable from point A to point B, and the structure is in that way also very similar and very linear.
You didn't get
to accommodate that. We tried the cable follow cable like flow in a non-linear cave, and that felt really weird. And because effectively, like, you had to go all the places where the cable didn't go, right? And because the cable was leading you towards the end, so of course you have to take all the other, and that, like, I don't know, that didn't feel so cool to me. But I think we can also play around with, like, of course, the overall structure that the cable is going through, and that's what I was talking about, like with Arvid messing around with, like, or pushing what it means for, like, a cave construction to. How they can function, like putting a complex cave construction with like different paths and like all sorts of shenanigans that is like in the tunnel system, right? So you have to go through this cave construction. It's not a place you visit; it's a place you actually have to navigate through. So hopefully, like stuff like that is going to take it to.
Where's the?
I'm excited with that. Okay, let's do a question on Twitch. Are there any plans to overhaul the overclock obtaining system in OG DRG to be more friendly to new players? Nope. So this is the thing. I mean, like the whole overclock system and the core, right? The matrix core system was specifically made the way it is because it was like an answer to players. Like, I mean, the way people were playing the game, they wanted, like, needed content that would last a long time, right? So the whole point of like getting a specific overclock or getting all the overclocks, that's like that's a very like intense goal to set for yourself, right? In the way the system is made, you may set that goal, but like again, right? The reason we have so many overclocks and all that stuff is so that it doesn't feel that way. So, yeah. The point is, no, we have no plans to change it.
Every time I see you just come around the corner, just you.
Yeah, thanks, Sir Bounce. The answer. My earlier question was about class skill decks and whether you could offer additional ones as DLC. I don't think so. Like, so the idea again is that you're moving class skill decks from class to class, right? So each one is made with a class. I mean,
we do the event here.
I don't know.
I think we have time for it.
I don't know.
I mean,
we don't have a plan for that. No. The next question.
Let them get in.
Will more guns in Rogue Core get overhauled like the Lark just got? Maybe. So I think the Lark really needed it. Because when people saw the Subata, they just like it affected how that gun felt. Literally, like there's a version of like there's a period where like the Subata looking Lark was just as strong as it is now, and it just feels stronger because it has a new model. It's not the Subata. So it's kind of crazy and funny, but. So we may need that, and when we do, we will of course do it. We're not planning to do that just because. Again, I'd rather us also try to make new guns. We have some gun prototypes in the works that we've had to pull, simply because, like I said previously, we really wanted to focus on getting systems in, and therefore we stopped like generating content like weapons and upgrades and stuff like that. And we will come back to that after early access, right? So again, we are feature locked. So the idea is that we really don't want to create new stuff right now that was going to bring in either new bugs, complicate the balancing and fixing of what we already made, and there's plenty of balancing and fixing to do.
We should get back, right?
Yeah, I think it's elevator time. Yeah, little back.
Pick it up here. Your own.
Next up, we have question. Any thoughts on different kinds of facilities to reclaim in Rogue Core? I think so. Yes, I've been thinking about that, and we've been talking about that with Mikkel like years ago, and also others here, and exactly what that means is kind of still up for debate. So, and whether it makes sense that there's different kinds of facilities, or instead there's different sections of a facility that you kind of like visit. So this would effectively kind of probably be either like random or a choice you are making like during the risk vector selection, right? So it could be that each risk vector is also like taking you potentially to different sections of the facility. So this one is taking you to like R&D, which maybe has different types of expedite events or some other a different structure, right? A different cave structure. And then maybe the one we have currently is more like expedite harvesting or whatever, or maybe expedite like we do another one that is like a non-linear structure, and then you don't have to follow a cave, but maybe you come down with the elevator and the next elevator is also right there, right? So instead now you are going out. So yes, we want to do that. Again, we're not going to try to squeeze that in now because that would be a bad idea. Okay. Oh, and Nikita is saying his folk metal band is soon releasing a song about our game. That's cool. Thanks for taking the time to write a song about our game. And then on to Twitch. Yay. Dumb question. Reclaiming an R&D space rig where a core stone reactivated and started opening rifts. I don't at all expect that to be a thing. I'm just spitballing, and that's a really cool idea. I also don't think that could be a thing, but it would be cool. I don't know.
Boss fight time.
Yeah, that would be sweet though.
For teamwork.
And back to YouTube. One round in RC seems to take really long. Can we take a break between them, or how does this elevator work? So the elevator is between levels of a facility, right? So the facility is like multi-leveled, like level 1, level 2, level 3. They go from 4 to 6 levels right now. You know this when you start the mission, so you know if this is a long facility, medium facility, short facility. They also have complexity. So and you take the elevator between those levels. Each level is roughly, let's say, 10 minutes. It depends on the number of players, and it depends on the depth of the facility. So deeper facilities, which are also harder, have also a tighter timer. Well, let's say 9 to 10 minutes, right? So a whole facility, right? And we were talking about 9 to 10 minutes, like actual, like active game time. So it doesn't count negotiations or like anything else that like pauses the game. So yes, the like reclaiming a facility takes a good amount of time. It is definitely longer than a normal GG mission or something like that. The elevators in between require every player to like press a ready button. So they are intended as like this is where like you can go pee or whatever, get a snack. So yeah, hope that answers your question. You can definitely take a break in the elevators, and that's roughly 9 to 10 minutes in between breaks. But no, 9 to 10 minutes gameplay time, so probably closer to like 15 minutes. Or whatever, 12 to 15 minutes, I don't know. Depends on the team, right? So I think it would be cool because we like pausing is kind of like hard built into rogue core, so I think it might be cool to like allow hosts to like enable pausing, and like then their game would be marked as can be paused by host or whatever. Because like, for example, I think like a group of friends could easily benefit from that. Maybe randoms not so much, but like if I was playing with my friends, I would love to be able to pause a game like this.
Just saying, Mike, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Yeah, and like we also all have kids, right? And that's even like often when we play, it's because like we're in somebody's house and like kid is sleeping, but then if the kid wakes up or whatever, right, you gotta you're not yelling like, hold on, I'll be there in a minute. Just need to finish this.
I love it when a game has a good dad mode.
Yeah, exactly, right. And I think it would be pretty easy for us to do this in Rogue Core because like pausing is built into like the negotiations, right? So we can do it. I think I'm gonna push for this. That's cool.
Think of the children.
What?
Think of the children.
Think of the parents. The parents will think of the children, right? When you think of the parents.
I need the remote expedite processor.
Find the box. Oh, there it is. Oh.
It needs to go down there.
Okay.
It was on purpose. I didn't drop it.
Question: could we get a new mission type which is called something like cleansing, where we have to eliminate a specific number of enemies? So the gauntlets, the weekly gauntlets. There's a standard and an advanced gauntlet. Not to be confused with deep dives. No relation, except convergent evolution. I don't know. What do you call it? I hope that's the right word. But yeah. Anyway, gauntlets are running on a kill quota as progression forward. So they are shorter stages, right? And they're called stages, not levels. You're not reclaiming a facility. This is a training simulation being run by Omega for the reclaimers on the Ramad. So but it's of course simulating that you're on Hox's foot, right? Just lets us do weird things like kill quotas to continue without thinking too much about it. But so yeah, Omega sets kill quotas that you need to achieve to be able to move forward, and like higher kill quotas to get more certain type of upgrades, like to get like a buy booster option or a workbench option. You still collect expedite. That is still part of it. So it's like it's not just running and gunning. You also have to do some mining and stuff like that. But yeah, and you have like each stage is like I think 5 minutes, if not shorter. And there's like an ongoing wave the whole time. It's a bit of a different thing. There's no events. There's far fewer construction and stuff like that. It's a bit of a different beast. But that one has skill quota in it, so where you have to eliminate X enemies, and there's a lot of shooting. Onto Twitch. People are talking about stuff. Okay. Question, do you still hope to bring back the elemental weapons like cryocannon and the flamethrower? And if so, what are your expectations for these weapons? Wait, that's from Serpa. He tricked me! No, so you totally got me. Yes, I certainly hope to bring back those weapons. The reason we pulled those weapons isn't actually purely because of their elemental thing, because we have like the lightning, the shock blaster, we have what's called shock strike, right? And then also the stubby, right? And those are elemental weapons, and we actually need to, like, I think we talked about it and we kind of sort of made a decision, but we need to like cement that decision and implement it about whether or not weapons should ever be allowed to have two elements, right? Because right now those weapons, the ones that inherently come with an element, are the only ones that can run two elements. Their base element and then some other element as well. So you can have poison lightning, which sounds really cool, but also I know, like right? But then it's like
every 12-year-old stream.
Oh, but like only a handful of weapons can do it, right? Only a handful of weapons can do it. So, I'm very torn about this.
We deal with
but anyway,
the wave
that's not
and
the
then
issue.
boss.
Yeah, you guys should totally deal with the wave. You guys should do both at once.
Oh, sometimes do.
Like, don't be cowards.
Mike, we're here trying to make your game look good, right? Not not create situations.
As if. No, but to get back to that question about whether or not we will get the elemental weapons like cryocannon and flamethrower back, the problem was that the way they were actually, the weapons were functioning was not playing nice with a lot of the upgrade systems in Rogue Core. So the thing is that, and we still have issues with weapons right now, and we need to figure that out because it's more or less like we need to unify the way weapons work in Rogue Core. No matter what the weapon actually looks like, or no matter what it pretends to be like, it needs to kind of behave in a way that all these systems can hook into consistently, and also that weapon can hook into other systems consistently. And if it can't, then it needs to like be properly tagged or something like that, so that the weapon and the system know to like stay the hell away from each other.
Spot Lars?
And also so it's clear for the player that this weapon and this system are not going to interact.
What did you do?
So I'm hoping they would come back. They would of course come back as heavy weapons if they do, right? And I think that'd be cool. Actually, the like sludge bomb probably could actually be something almost sort of kind of as it is. We're not gonna do that right now because we already dug ourselves a deep enough hole with all the various systems interacting with each other that we now have to clean up in these coming weeks.
No, the ball.
It'll be fun. Let's do.
I got leached.
Question from YouTube.
Wait,
good. It's what you deserve.
God damn it, Mike.
Where are you?
In the ceiling.
You're welcome.
There.
You're welcome. I part of me really loves the fact that the only creatures to survive the Grey Out are leeches. The OG correspondent.
Oh, it's almost there.
Go.
Question. There's a really nice mod for VOG that lets you change your view model offsets for weapon position. Would you ever consider making this sort of thing a feature for VOG?
Holy shit.
So I'm gonna interpret this question just to, I'm gonna like, because I'm not entirely sure. Do you mean like where like you can like literally just like move the gun model on your screen, like left or right or up or down? No, I don't see us implementing something like that. It's super cool that a mod allows you to do that.
You got it, Jakob.
Yeah.
Let's go!
For whatever reasons you want to do. Like, we do take quite a bit of consideration on how our guns look on the screen, so we don't want people to just, like, do them willy-nilly. I mean, like, you're welcome with mods, but we're like, oh no, his weird head is sticking out. Cool, let's go to Twitch. Wow. Just keeps going. And this time, it's not going to be a question from Sir Pounce, who can ask me questions all the time.
Oh, he has all the counts.
Anyway.
You can't escape him.
Yeah, but he can always ask me questions.
Like, 10 of the users in there is him.
Are you serious? Are you serious now?
Oh, alright,
hello, Dwarves. That kills me. Yeah.
Out of ammo! Rock and stone!
I don't see any questions. Okay, I'm going back to YouTube. No, I don't know. It's like people talking about the rapid fire PGL, which is cool. I had my concerns about letting guns like that go crazy, but I think it's cool.
Like, check these two dudes, absolute maniacs.
Bloop bloop bloop. Question. Will there be track? Wait, what? Stat tracking? Oh, stat tracking added to the bestiary. Yes, I think there already is actually, and so in the Tim can answer that better because he's the one who's been working on it. But I'm pretty sure, like, if not, there will be. But I think there actually already is. Oh, hey, John Hill. Yes, we did release it today, but only to the people who already have access to it, because there's a lot of shit that changed and a lot of stuff that's probably broken to all hell, and we need help finding those things, because I mean we've done internal testing here, right, and now we need the help of more people, and that's kind of the whole point. So it's only has only gone out to people who already have access, who have played the game, therefore have an idea of what the game is kind of supposed to function like, and can better catch that it's not working, and also aren't gonna, like, first time they open up ROCK, it's just gonna, like, crash in their face. And then once we, like, get it stable or more stable, and kind of fix any glaring issues that maybe you guys find that we missed ourselves, both in design and balance and whatever. Not that the balance is finished, but, like, there might be some, like, absolutely broken stuff that we missed. Then we're gonna do an invite wave next week, hopefully. Next week, the earliest. And also, again, just like this is written in our text and whatever, but on the Discord, in the closed alpha section. But if you're listening here and you have access to closed alpha, please go and play. We need your help and your feedback and your testing. But also, because of all the changes to the core systems, saves had to be wiped. If your save is night wiped, do not try to import an old save. You're gonna have a bad time, and you're gonna mess with our, like, crash logs and stuff like that. But instead, we added a cheat terminal into the Ramrod. So you can just go and, like, bring yourself to, like, roughly the same place, or wherever the hell you want to, right? Because like, it's understandable that not everybody wants to, like, grind or play depth 1 again when they've reached depth 4 or whatever, right? But anyway, so you can do that. We are going to turn off that terminal once we do the invite wave, because we of course don't want new players to, like, be tempted by it, because we actually need to see how they play. Because, right, there's a tutorial, and then there's, like, the whole, like, we need to see like the speed of progression to various systems, right? I've slapped together some numbers and, like, spent some days playing it myself, but it's not. And we also have help from some close testers. That's Sir Pounce, I keep mentioning, he's one of them. It's like a very small group of people we've known for, like, a long time. But now we really need more people playing, right? So first is, of course, those that have alpha access now, and then we're going to need some new players that have never played the game, so we can also see kind of, like, how that goes. I'm gonna stop talking now. Jesus Christ, I'm sorry.
It's good, Mike. We also need to end the stream now because
Yeah.
there's a thing happening.
Bye.
Ending on a night crate surf.
Thank you all for watching. If you've been listening, you will know that if you're in the alpha, you can access the latest build right now. New invite will go out next week, right, Mike?
Earliest next week. Could be later if shit's on fire.
Maybe.
Yeah. Hopefully shit's not on fire, but yeah, we'll see. So yeah, thank you all for watching. We will be back next week, Tuesday and Thursday as usual. So be sure to tune in there. And we're gonna read someone on Twitch. I'm just gonna start that one. Here he does not allow raids. Okay. Well.
Why would somebody not allow raids?
I don't know.
That's what happens.
What do you mean that's what happens?
Just the way it is, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way it is.
Maybe this guy.
Your dad works at GSG and he hasn't given you access to it. What?
You can stream, but you cannot allow raids. Had it with you and your raids. All right. Yeah, I guess we're ready. Say bye, Mike. Say bye, chat.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. See you next week. Rockstone.
Rockstone.